there are people on Twitter talking about the future and what does this mean for the future. Fuck the future. We have like an asteroid coming in 2031 anyways.
6%.
6%, dude.
Good. Let's take his reference, dude.
Let's win some rings before the asteroid hits.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Beyond the Diamond, the season preview edition for the 2025 season. Got Garrett, got Josh. We're going to dive into the season, give our hot takes, bold takes, some predictions on some team awards. Kind of the general 30,000-foot view of the 2025 season.
It's time. Baseball's back, baby.
It's
So
time.
back.
Thanks for having me, by the way.
Of course.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. The other thing, too, is just like, what is it, spring hope is eternal or whatever? Like, it's a new season.
Hope
like,
springs eternal.
yeah, that thing.
Y'all, sorry to cut you off, but do y'all feel like maybe there's a little bit of rejuvenation?
Yes.
Like y'all feel a little rejuvenated this
Yes.
off season, this spring training, this off season. Like I feel like there's, after especially after Cam Smith being, announced on the opening day roster, I feel like there is just a new energy
yeah.
in the air. There's a
and-
new vibe going on.
I think you nailed it because not breaking news, but beep, boop, beep, boop, boop. Alex Bregman is not on the Houston Astros.
Nope.
Kyle Tucker is not on the Houston Astros.
Yep.
Ryan Presley is not on the Houston Astros.
No.
Justin Verlander is not on the Houston Astros.
No.
This is not our Houston Astros. It's a whole new team, and
a
I
whole
think
new
it's
era.
exciting.
I like it.
It's phase 3, chapter 3, variant 3 of this golden age, and you have a lot of new energy, a lot of I don't know how to say this without saying that we're going to have a parade on Louisiana Street, but there's a lot of ways to win this year in different manners that we haven't seen. I think we're going to have more fun day to day, in game, in season than we ever had, especially here just doing stuff at Apollo just because it's just been this dominant run that the Astros have been on. But I think you're going to see 75 different lineups a week. I think you're going to see 75 different people in the lineup every other day, like with pinch hits and at-bats. And so I'm excited.
Yeah, no, I think it was a Chandler article where he was talking about Joe Espada pinch hitting more last year than the Astros have in a long time, and he's probably going to exceed that again this year. I think. I think there's going to be at least a pinch hit almost every game. You know, whether it's
going back to 2023 when
Yeah.
everyone was like, what is Dusty doing with the lineups? Why is it not always just one set lineup? It's
Yeah.
always and then in 2024 we were all like, well, that's gonna be different now. Joe
Yeah.
Espada's in. No, it got worse. Not worse, but like worse to those people. And now-
philosophies have changed.
yeah,
I
we're
mean,
gonna see the same thing, and I think it's fine. I think they built the team exactly the way they want to do it, which is they want versatility everywhere.
Yeah.
That's why we have Mr.
versatility, play your strengths.
Yeah. That's why we have the GOAT playing in outfield for the first time ever.
This is Dana Brown and Joe Espada's Houston Astros.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? Yeah, let them. I'm giving. Yeah.
Here's the keys to the castle.
Yeah, there you go. Like go drive my car around.
Go win.
I trust.
Yeah,
him.
I trust him right now. Now, we'll find out if it goes horribly wrong and there's some things that need to be changed. Like, okay, let's find out when we get there. But I'm going to trust him. So far, most of the moves Dana Brown has made, him as the GM, not the few moves that happened before he was hired. The moves that he has made as a GM have been pretty good so far. I mean,
so.
they're not. I don't think they're. I mean, you can unfairly compare him to the GOAT and Lunau, but for a GM in Major League Baseball, he's doing a great job so far, and I am going to continue to trust his moves and what he's doing until he gives me a reason to doubt him.
I may not like the process, and I haven't been hard. I've been hard on previous regimes and previous skips. I haven't been hard at all. I haven't. Pause. I'm not in love with the process, but I respect the process. And if you can show this urgency, and I think there is a sense of urgency, and we got to figure it out, and we got to go, because you kind of are fighting and playing against the ghost of Astros brain trust past of Lunau and Click and Dusty and AJ. Like, you have those ghosts in the hallways. And the last 2 seasons, you lost in the ALCS to your arch rival, in-state rival, in 7. You got swept by your former coach at home in the Detroit Tigers. You have to go out and change once again, change the conversation,
Yeah.
change the narrative, change perspective. And I think that we're finally seeing like, okay, this is their team, and this is what we see in the next 3 to 4 years, and this is how we're gonna do it. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But I'm more in the sense of like, hey, you went down with the ship. You had your way. You did your process. If it didn't work, it didn't work. If it does work, which I do think it is, then we're gonna sit here and we're gonna call the mayor. We're gonna plan a parade, and we're gonna have to keep the party going for the next 3 to 4 years. As long as this window's open with Altuve and Jordan, I don't give a shit about 2030.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Give me the Roaring 20s.
No, yeah,
I know the Great Depression's coming.
Listen,
Give me
I
the
don't-
Roaring 20s
listen,
now.
I don't plan for anything, dude. I like live right now, dude. I'm like, what am I doing right now? What's important right now? And there are people on Twitter talking about the future and what does this mean for the future? Fuck the future. We have like an asteroid coming in 2031 anyways.
6%.
6%, dude.
Good.
Let's win-
Sickest reference,
Yeah.
dude.
Let's win some rings before the asteroid hits.
Yeah. Oh,
It
there you
works.
go.
That
Let's
works.
get
Yeah.
a couple, man, and we can. I mean, the way that we're kind of extending, we're given a chance for this organization to extend its
Win now.
its success. Like, I mean, we turned Tucker, who is a 1-year rental this year. He's going to be a free agent. Turned him into 3 starters who
On
are
opening
under
day.
control for
Yeah.
at least 3 years each. I think. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
3
don't
for
know
Paredes. I think
Yeah.
4 or 5 for Hayden, and then obviously
Full-
6
full
for
Smith.
Cam.
Yeah, I mean, we just turned Tucker 1-year guy into years of maybe
I mean,
some good
looking
start.
at the
starting play.
offense, who's the next guy that this is the first time in a few years where pretty much the entire offense is going to be around for the next 3 to 4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
There isn't a guy that's like there's no looming like, all right, this guy is gone next year. We got to figure out how to fill that hole. You have an opportunity now where
I
you
like it.
you're starting with a foundation, and you can still build on that. You can make a trade at the deadline if you need a center fielder or a second baseman this year. You can add a guy in the offseason to continue to bolster that. But like this is the core offense.
I like it. It's a good feeling.
Yeah. Other than the fact that he died, do you think Jay Gatsby worried about 2030 and the Great Depression?
Oh no.
He was worried about being great in the moment.
He was
He's
like,
partying,
"What dude? Who's coming to my party tonight?
Yeah,
who's
like
who
he
is-
wasn't.
what kind
He
of-
wasn't
what kind of night
the
are we gonna have
average
tonight?"
Gatsby. I'm not going to the average Gatsby's party.
Listen to the Jay-Z.
I'm going to the Great Gatsby's house. We're gonna have a house party,
Yeah.
and the Roaring 20s are fun. This is the Roaring 20s. Put your feet up, relax,
Yeah.
pop some champagne.
Shout out Leo.
Go
The
dance
Great
with the-
Depression's gonna happen.
Go
We
dance
know
with
it's
the
coming.
flappers.
Who
Yeah.
cares?
Go dance with the flappers, man. Dress nice.
Yeah.
Like comb your hair.
You can get the good reserve ball out.
Yeah,
It's the
man.
Roaring 20s.
So get into the roster. Obviously, we were talking about Cam Smith. He made it. I think that video was great.
Awesome.
That
It was
was
awesome.
That was awesome.
video. Yeah. I mean, that's
Um,
what baseball's all about.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
needed some music. He was on a little island for a little bit. Need some soft undertone music playing in that.
Yeah,
video.
it was a little.
Our,
it was
our
raw.
boy was
It
our
was
boy.
raw.
Yeah, it was raw. Our boy
Think-
was on island for a bit.
I think the clapping should have started a little sooner.
Yeah, the cla-
somebody
yeah,
should
Yeah,
initiate
yeah,
that
the
over,
clapping should start a little sooner because I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, what I mean, this is a whole. Okay, here's
Yeah,
clapping.
yeah,
Okay, yeah,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
but it started. It was good.
Yeah,
All of it
no, it was
good.
a
Got his family in there.
true, awesome moment.
Human
that,
moment.
Yeah, that'll get you.
And we haven't met him maybe yet, but we've
See-
heard great things about his character, and that just all that shows. He cares, he gives a shit,
Yeah.
and he loves the game. So
Well,
I'm
He just
excited.
he gives all the right answers, and like it's not in a fake phony way. It's like legitimately that's how he's wired. Like it's
Yeah.
like, oh, he answered that correctly. He answered that correctly because he answered truthfully, and that's
Yeah,
what he
he's
did,
not
like-
playing. He's not playing the PR game.
Yeah,
he
it's
just
not.
is like authentically
Yeah.
like a great dude.
That maturity and transparency is going to go a long way.
Oh my God.
For as long as he's here, he's just going to continue to build on his character and his play, and it's great to have him.
And I don't think he's scared to fail. This is a game that you fail time and time and time again, and now and today in the social media age where you get chirped and you're on social and you have all these trolls and all these people, like the game's set up for failure, like legitimately. And I don't think he's scared of it, and I think that's special and rare. And I'm excited to see him play. Also
Yeah.
excited to see how he battles when his swing and his tendencies are finally on tape and finally on a file on every single team's desk. Like, what happens then? How does he
Yeah.
take that next step? Because there's going to be regression, right? There's going to be things that come
he's-
up.
Every hitter, Jordan has a week or two where he's struggling to hit, and it's how you
Yeah.
how you bounce back from that.
And there's no better team and organization to be a part of that. And I think it also goes into what you said yesterday on our, if you haven't seen our on our YouTube channel, we dropped 15 positional breakdown YouTube videos of all the spots. But you're talking about Brendan Rodgers and this is the fresh start and being the Astros organization of, he gets to lean on Altuve, he gets to lean on Jordan, he gets to learn from all these people that have had so much success in this organization. I think that goes to the same thing with Cam Smith.
Oh yeah,
he's able to, hey, Jose Altuve, one of the greatest second basemen to ever play the game. Hey, what would you do here? What would you do? Hey, Jordan, what are you seeing here? Like, there's so. Hey, Jimmy Pena, how do you handle success? How do you handle being young in the city of Houston and being the talk of the town? How do you handle that Beatles aspect? Like, you can ask anyone, and I think that's what makes this team and organization so special, because you hear horror stories. You hear about other organizations of like, oh, we were just on an island. We were booking our, trip to Cancun in July. Like, all these different factions and groups of people. Like, this team is a unity and a rock, and Cam Smith fits right into it.
How quickly can we get him in an HEB commercial?
Oh, that's quick. That's quick.
I mean, they'll probably give it a year.
Yeah.
They'll probably give it a year. I'm not comparing him.
We
Joey
lost a
Lopperfido.
lot of the HEB roster.
We did.
Yeah, we did. We have. I think they're slotting in Mauricio.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Super utility.
Super utility.
Yeah,
That's
he
fine.
can
I love
fill in
Mauricio.
when he's needed. Yeah.
Yeah, I
So-
love that.
So shout out to Jack and everyone at 11.7. And Jack got last year's Omaha. He did a pencil talk with Cam Smith. We'll have to find it and signal boost it. But he asked him what is Cam's nickname, and his nickname's Sweet Pickle. And so right there's
Tell me about
HEB.
Yeah, I need to hear more about.
Yeah.
Well,
tell me what,
we'll I don't want to steal Jack's flow. We'll have it
Okay.
linked below.
all right.
But right there, hey, HEB, this is free marketing. Throw us a check. Just have them in the pickle section.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
great.
a sign that says, sweet pickles, and there's he's Cam Smith holding up the pickles.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right there. We did
it for
Yeah.
you.
We did for
Sorry,
you.
we're doing the work for free. I mean, that's just what we do.
When you find it, send it to me.
Yeah, I'm gonna send it right now.
But no, yeah, I mean, what you're saying, going back to what you're saying, yeah, no, there's not a better organization for Cam Smith to come up as the guy, 22, and honestly, it's kind of weird. We traded for him, in January, right?
Yeah,
In that Kyle Tucker trade,
Was it January or
it's
December? Yeah.
kind of just
January.
he's become a rock star since.
Yeah,
then.
I mean,
it's
overnight-
a rock star. The
overnight
guy's
he's-
taking the city by storm. We all love him.
From from AA in Illinois to Houston. Front and center.
Getting posted everywhere, like everyone crying, over his video and stuff. Like exciting time. This ascension is really exciting because like we haven't had a top prospect ascend like this in a while.
Since Tucker technically, or
Tucker,
Jordan.
Jordan in 2019.
So like
yeah.
6 years.
I
basically.
think the last one was that last one that's kind of comparable was Hunter Brown in 22.
Yeah,
But
Mm,
but the thing is, it was a September call up, and
and it's
were
different with
already,
a pitcher. I feel like.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a different vibe.
yeah, for sure.
Another
Sweet pickles officially.
sweet pickles.
It wasn't sweet pickles.
Shout out Jack.
Shout out to Jack.
Also officially announced to have made the opening day roster. Your guy Brendan Rodgers. You happy about that?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think he is going to be pretty good. I don't know if he will be majority second baseman. I don't think anyone will know. I think they're just going to play the hot hand.
Yeah.
Probably go with Dubon, maybe opening day, but give Rodgers a few starts here and there and see how he does. But like I said, I think Rodgers is gonna play well enough this year. He's gonna get paid in the offseason. Not by us probably, but I can see him going to some team in the American League on a deal that he deserves because his numbers in his career. I know he's played for Colorado. It's a different kind of atmosphere there, different kind of home splits versus away splits. But his numbers, he shouldn't have gotten a minor league spring
Yeah,
training
he should have gotten
invite. Like, he
something.
should have got
Gold
a
Glover
deal
with a
somewhere.
decent bat. Yeah, you should have.
Yeah, he wasn't even bad last
And
year.
I also think you don't lose pedigree. Pedigree is pedigree, right?
Experience.
And it's still there. And I don't. This is not breaking news. Colorado is not an organization that screams high level baseball.
Yeah.
Sorry, the 10 Rockies fans that were upset. Great vibes, great city, great everything. This
It's very walkable there.
very walkable. We had a great time at the games. Just kind of incompetency in the front office and everything that they run. That's not Brendan Rodgers' fault. Coming here, fresh start, and I think him being a weapon. I'm not as bullish as you are in the sense of what you kind of project to see, but I think serviceable. It allows him to slide in and give Mauricio to be that super utility. So go give a Jeremy Pena a day off.
Yeah.
To give Paredes a day off. To give Altuve or Myers or Chaz or Cam a day off. Like, you can start getting really creative of like keeping these guys fresh, because I just go back to, not to beat a dead horse, last year the guys were gassed.
Yeah.
They had to chase. They had to chase that deficit. They had to play perfect down the stretch for like 85 games. They had to play those 85 games so perfect, and they did. That shit gets tiring.
Yeah,
so I think this year, knock on wood, no 5-23 start, or what was it, 5-19?
5-17,
5-17?
7-19.
Yeah, that was, and also they got gassed mentally.
Yeah.
Coming back from that, basically the city declaring them dead.
You know what it was?
What?
You remember how sick and tired we all got of each other that third week of spring training?
Oh yeah.
Like it was just like someone moved a fork and we got in an argument.
Yeah.
That's what it kind of felt like last year. Like, all right, we just all need to get away from each other
Yeah.
for a week or two.
Well, they
and
had
then
like a
come
whole
back.
extra month of rest this year for the first time in
a
years.
decade.
Yeah. Yeah.
We were all basically Jack Nicholson in The Shining.
Yeah.
Tired of Wendy, but we were just all tired of each other.
Tired of each other.
Yeah.
And sometimes that happens, and you just, all right, it's a new season. We're back, and I think the 25 Astros are going to win the West. I think they're going to have. I'm upping my percentage. I went from 85 wins to 87.5 wins. I'm at 89.5.
Okay.
You're at 89.
I want to say 90.
Well,
Maybe by the end of this episode I'll say 90.
we'll
but
get to
we'll give our
the predictions at the end. We have a couple questions from Twitter.
yes,
We have Tony Adams who asks, who starts the most games at second base, left field, and right field? Let's start with second base. Who do you think starts the most games?
I think you gotta go. The safe answers for me is Dubon.
Wow, you said safe answer, and I fully thought you were gonna say Rogers.
No, I mean that's not the safe answer. I think maybe there's a possibility that he could.
It's
gonna
be close.
I mean,
think.
Dubon is. I mean, he's.
I think
he's
it's Dubon.
been here. He's been
Yeah,
here.
I think it's Dubon.
Yeah.
So the only reason I don't think that is because Brendan pretty much only plays second base, and so if you're saying he's gonna even play 60 games this season, it's gonna be all at second base.
I guess it's
while
true.
Dubon's gonna be
Yeah, I mean they'll have Dubon everywhere.
yeah, that's what
Maybe
I'm saying.
maybe
like,
catcher.
I
Who
think
knows?
Dubon plays over 100.
At second.
Yeah, I mean, just how many of those are at second and how many are.
No, I think Dubon's going to play 130 to 140 games this year.
Wow.
And that's what the roster construction tells
No,
me.
yeah, that's what I see as well.
I think he's. I mean, I would.
And if he's playing that many, 100 games are at second.
Also, Rogers, he had good spring training. Just got in at that last roster opening.
yeah.
I don't think that screams like, hey, this is going to be our everyday.
Who's starting opening
Ooh.
day, second base?
Opening day?
Mauricio.
Yeah, I think Mauricio. I think that's the safest
Yeah.
answer.
I think so.
I think that also, I mean, he's earned that.
Yeah,
opening day
For
start.
sure. No, he's been around.
I wonder, though, devil's advocate situation here. If the Jose Altuve experiment doesn't work, let's say June 1st, they're just like, yeah, no, we can't do this. He moves back to second, then obviously Altuve will have the most starts at second.
Yeah.
Like I think that's
Yeah, we
probably a
didn't mention that today.
25% chance that happens. I would take the field.
Do you think at that point they are looking to trade or release Brendan for another outfielder, corner outfielder?
Yeah, I mean, I think at that point he's
Welcome back, Ben Gamble.
Yeah.
Gamble, Ben Gamble.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
find the
if
Hayward,
Altuve's
you
moved back to
find-
second base, you don't really need Brendan and Dubon as backing up.
right.
so,
Yeah. He would be
Don't think that happens.
A
But you
casualty.
also, I guess, Dubon could then become your left
I
fielder.
think they stick to their guns big time with
I do
Altuve
too.
and
I do.
outfield.
I
I
think
think
you're
that
kind
no
of
matter
pot
what,
committed.
they're
You're
like,
kind
no,
of
just
pot
first year in left field. Like we got to keep them out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just wanted to put that devil's advocate.
No, that's a good.
percentage
Nobody
point.
mentioned that Altuve. I think it's, in my opinion, I think it's 52% Brendan, 47%. No, that's too much. I think it's 50% Brendan, 45% Dubon, and 5% Altuve.
Hmm.
That's
I
second
can
base
see
this
that.
year.
I can see that. I really, and I've said it in the positional breakdown. I think Rogers does well enough, gets paid. I mean, I like him out of the 7 or 8, lower part of the lineup.
No.
I think for 2 weeks out of the season, he's going to become the hottest hitter.
Yeah,
on
he
the
did have-
planet.
Well,
you said
that's
that.
my thing. Yeah, Brendan is a proven Gold Glove second baseman. Obviously, Dumont is a Gold Glove utility guy. I don't know how if you compare their skills specifically at second base, who's higher. But who do you think is going to be the better bat this year? I think that's what makes a difference.
I think
Well,
Rogers will have more power.
If Rogers takes over second base, obviously that's a good thing. Like, I mean, that means like, oh shit, like he went out and took that spot.
Right.
I would still lean Dubon.
You think Dubon's going to have a better bat?
I think the positions in it, like I said, middle 15th overall in WAR, out of 1 through 30, like in the league.
I think that's something to look.
I think it's something where like
something
Brendan has like a 725 OPS and Dubon has like a 705 OPS, and it's like
it's definitely gonna be close. It's definitely gonna be close. It'd be something to watch for sure.
Next
what's
position
the
there is left field.
Altuve.
I think it's Altuve. I think that's the clear answer. I think Tony isn't a fan of the move of Altuve to left. I understand why people aren't, but I think the reality is that's the move, and he's going to be playing most of those games in left field.
Yeah, and Altuve is going to be determined to make it work.
Yeah,
he's going to be determined.
He
to make
has
it work.
been. And, you know, in anything you've read about his statements on this whole move, he seems fully committed.
Unless he's just he's just making every error imaginable. Then like maybe he'll obviously rejoin second, but I don't think it's going to happen.
The other position Tony asked about was right field. So this one's interesting. By the end of the season, does Cam Smith start the most games in right, or is it DeZenzo, or is it Chaz? Like that's the most, I think, outside of second base, that's the most competitive position.
Yeah, I think you're.
Hold on.
Uh-oh, boop, boop, boop.
Projected WAR on Fangraphs for Brendan Rodgers, 1.1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
OPS of 705. That plays.
WRC
WRC
that's
at 101.
about what
That's
I was-
average.
Give
Yeah.
me a budget above average.
That's about
hitter.
what I was thinking. What's Dubon's projected WAR?
1.2.
Yeah, I mean they're right.
They're gonna be
They're
even, dude.
right where we
But his
Yeah.
WRC's 94 and OPS at 681, where Rogers was 101.
Yeah,
WRC
that's
plus
what I'm
and
saying. I think
705.
Brendan Rodgers has a better bat, and
I
then
think
if you're
that
saying they're
2-week window where he's possessed is what puts him over.
Sometime in late June, he's gonna hit a zillion RBIs in 2 weeks, and he's gonna be slotted in for a little bit there.
I think Dubon gets precedent first. I think he gets
for sure.
he has seniority or whatever. I think it's his spot at first. But by the end of the season, I'm thinking you look at the roster and Brendan Rodgers has a better bat, and he plays a Gold Glove second base. So it's like it's not like there's a defensive fall off. So why wouldn't you make him your second baseman? Anyway, so yeah, right field, Cam Smith, DeZenzo, and Chaz.
I'm looking at the ascension. I'm looking at the stardom, and I think it's gonna be Cam. I think they're just gonna
All year, huh? He sticks in.
Yeah. I mean, the way he's ascending right now, I think there's no the way they believe in him.
Yeah.
They see something great in him.
How much of a leash do you think he gets?
I think he's a pretty long leash.
Like if by mid-May he
I mean,
still has
if
an
he's-
OPS like under like 700.
I think he gets 150 at bats
before we make a decision.
before you even.
I hope so. I hope this isn't some sort of like, he's struggling after 2 weeks and they.
Yeah,
That
you
would
can't.
be-
You can't.
no, that would
you
be
can't
whack.
flip. Yeah, you
Yeah.
got it. You're committed.
Yeah.
You
I mean,
are.
you posted a video of him with his family crying.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
2 weeks
I
like
imagine.
struggle. In the bigs, you can't just be like, all right, go to Sugar, go to
agree.
Sugarland, buddy.
So I mean,
Can't say that.
are we all agreeing on Cam playing the most games
Yeah.
in right
Yes.
Yeah. I think it's 60-40
between him and
Chaz.
Chaz?
I think Chaz gonna get a ton of run.
I think he
Um,
should. I think he's more than earned it.
I think so too. Also, they will be putting Cam Smith at DH sometimes. Also, be putting him at third base.
Yeah.
I think they'll be. I mean, I really think that the team is constructed in a way that everyone can play pretty much 2 or 3 positions each.
Yeah.
Aside from a few guys, obviously, but the infield is basically aside from Christian Walker, they can play pretty much anywhere in the outfield. Infield. So I think the way it's constructed, it's gonna be hard to pinpoint who will be starting more games, but my gut tells me Cam Smith.
All right. Next question is from Stone Valley King. Not including an opener for bullpen day, the Astros had 11 different players start a game last season. Over under that number for this season. I'm going to start with under.
Yeah, I'm gonna say under.
Start a game?
How many different starting pitchers
Whew.
start a game?
It's a good number.
I think it's under.
I think it's under. I think there's.
I think it's more like 9.
I'm gonna say over just so we're not unanimous
okay.
and we get
Alright,
like
dude.
you know what I'm doing it for.
Alright,
I'm doing it for the
You want
universe.
to be a contrarian.
No,
I
I'm doing
get
it for the
dude.
universe
Alright,
because
alright.
just all of a sudden, bang, bang, bang. There's,
I mean, last year was a crazy, like so many injuries. So you had,
Yeah.
what was it? Blair Henley.
yeah, Blair.
Start,
Pitching against the
started
Rangers,
game.
right?
Yeah, you had
Bloss started.
Bloss
again?
starts like I don't knock on the most wood. I don't see that happening this year. Hopefully, and you have a snuff of a stable of like 6-7 guys that are available. That
Yeah.
If one guy goes down, you're not having a situation where you're like, shit, we have to quickly call this guy up from Double-A to make
Yeah.
a start.
I think you have guys that are ready to eat innings.
Yeah.
You don't have to generate someone to speed them up to then go eat innings.
Yeah.
Because last year you had those question marks: Rennell, Spencer,
Yeah.
the Blairs, the Blosses, all these different. Obviously, you got
Even
Kikuchi
Hunter
in
at the beginning
yeah.
of the year.
Yeah, like so. Yeah, I think I'm gonna say over just for the universe sake, but I'm kind of with you guys on.
I think it's 8 or
Yeah.
9.
Yeah,
think
I
is my number.
the stability. I see the stability more than last year. You know,
Yeah.
last year we there were, like you said, there was a lot of question marks, and our rough start had a lot to do with it because Hunter Brown looked like the worst pitcher in baseball.
Yeah,
For a
Yeah,
little bit. He
I
couldn't
think
get
he
out
would-
of the first or second inning sometimes.
Against the
Yeah.
Royals,
Against
yeah.
that. Remember the Royals game?
Yeah.
yeah.
He gave like
He's-
11 runs.
We're
in the
here
first-
watching it.
Yeah, we were here
It was
watching it.
rough.
We made a bad bet. Made a bad bet that game, but
Yeah,
I mean, that had a lot to do with it. I feel like we just don't have the start that we did last year. I feel like immediately they were kind of just steady Eddie.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say under because of that.
Okay. All right. Well, I think it's time to get into our predictions for the season. Let's start with Astros Silver Slugger. Who is going to be the best hitter on the Astros?
I think it's. Do you want the easy answer?
Yeah, I
It's
feel like there's an easy
Yordan.
answer, but like maybe not.
it's Yordan.
It's Yordan.
It's Yordan.
Yes, Yordan.
I mean, we can be
Yeah, we mean
unanimous about
it's
that.
Yordan.
Like it's
Yeah,
Yordan. You know,
yeah.
one of the best hitters.
Okay,
I do think
Pivot.
Yiner- I
Who do
think-
you want it to be?
I think Yiner.
I would love that.
I think Yiner's about to go off,
I would love that.
but I do think it's like A+ tier is Yordan, like on another level, 1,000 OPS, upwards of 40 home runs, and then you have this A tier, like just below that, where you have like 4 or 5 guys that can all be on this tier. Like you have
Yeah, that B tier is pretty solid.
yeah, you have. I mean, you
The
probably
Walker,
like
the
we said, we
DJs,
have
the
like
Brady's,
there's
the
like 4 guys that
Altuves,
can hit over
Pena.
30 home runs. Like that's crazy.
Definitely, but yeah, I
Yeah,
just
I'm
don't-
gonna go superstar.
So so who do you think? Yeah, like you're saying, who do you think is going to be the second best hitter? Behind
I think
Yordan?
sneakily Christian Walker.
Mm,
I
like that.
think just as I think at home, you know, he pulls the ball. I think he gets his power going early, and I think pretty much all year it's like a he's refreshing first baseman to have
Yeah.
because it's like he's a guy who can slug it, but also I think Crawford Box he's gonna be a Crawford Box merchant.
And we haven't been talking about his defense, by the way.
yeah, Gold
Like,
Glove. I mean,
like it's crazy having there. What is there? 3 Gold Glovers in this infield.
yeah, I
Yeah.
saw Emily tweet. It was Emily, the baseball girl. Pena, Dubon, and Rogers, and then Walker.
Yeah.
Solid.
I mean, that's great.
Maybe
I'm gonna
Isak.
go Isak.
Isak?
I'm gonna go Paredes because this is where I'm at. Other than the Crawford Box Merchant and Paredes Patio, I think he's gonna be protected. And he has one of the best eyes in baseball. He has Yordan behind him. There's gonna be a few guys that don't deserve to be in rotations somewhere across the league, and they're gonna have a fastball come across the middle of
Let's
the
say
plate.
It's like first and third, 2 outs. Paredes up. You do not want to walk him the bases loaded with your
and he's gonna make it hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
I said he's gonna have the best walk percentage in his career, his best on base. I mean, it's because of his slotting him right between Altuve and Yordan.
Projected for WAR on Fangraphs right now.
I think it's gonna be more.
I think it's gonna be
I think
more.
it's gonna be more. I think he's gonna have his best year.
Yeah. I mean,
We'll take that.
He hit 32 bombs one year.
Dana Brown will take that too.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. I like that.
Yeah. I'm going with Yiner for my second best hitter. I think I really like y'all's answers, and I could agree with that, but I really think
Yeah,
Yiner
I
takes
think
a big
Yiner.
step up this year. All right. Well, that one was easy. That's why we started with that one.
Easy. It was easy.
Now we're going with Astros Cy Young for this season.
I mean,
Hunter Brown
I was gonna say Hunter Brown.
plus 2,500. Cy Young.
Yeah.
I still need. Get
You know
that
what?
bet in.
Just to be contrarian, I'm gonna say Framber Valdez.
I, mean,
I think
that's-
Hunter has an amazing year, but I'm gonna say contract year Framber.
That's different.
Maybe this is the year where he finally locks it down for an entire season and doesn't have that little stretch of,
Boredom,
three games with
checking out.
8 runs allowed or
Not-
whatever.
No.
Yeah. I mean, he's also we're getting contract year Framber.
That's what I'm saying.
Who knows? He might be
Hopefully
throwing-
somebody in his camp like slaps him in the
Get the
face
money.
at home before starts. It's like, hey,
I'm telling
lock
you,
in. Like
Yeah.
this is the year where you secure the bag for us.
pull out the max free contract and just put it in his locker
Yeah.
every
know-
single time.
You know what we should do? We should hire a Carlos Correa lookalike
we should.
and walk out
Yeah.
out there, like act as a pitching coach and walk out there and just like slap him on the chest and like
Yeah.
get him pumped up.
Yeah.
when,
We
like,
should probably crowdsource that. And
Yeah.
and
if you look like Carlos Correa, send in an audition.
Yeah,
tape.
we're doing a casting call.
Send an audition tape. Maybe we
Yeah.
can send it to the Astros organization. Be like, hey, I think this would really help the guy. You know, this would really help the guy.
We do like a Shark Tank pitch with the Astros
Yeah.
with all of our creative ideas.
Or we do a America's Got Talent kind of thing.
Yeah.
Be like Carlos Correa comes out and we're like, all right, hit the
Oh,
button.
can we do a voice? Can I have a chair that spins around?
Yeah.
Like-
Yeah.
That'll-
But no.
Slippery slope, but yes.
So you're going. I said Hunter.
Hunter.
Yeah, I'm
Hunter,
going. Framber.
you're
I'm
going
going
Framber.
Framber.
Okay.
Yeah, Framber. Okay. All right. Astros. We're calling this wild card X Factor. The guy who makes a
You
bigger,
go, we go.
Yeah, a bigger
award.
impact than you would expect going into this season.
Jeremy Pena.
Oh, I'll say Isak. I think
Mm.
Isak is gonna have, like I said, the best season of his career so far, and it's gonna look like, oh shit, I think Dana Brown just cooked the hell out of the Chicago
Ooh,
Cubs
yeah, I like that.
because of that. Maybe not even because of Cam Smith. Wesneski could be good. I will see on him. I like the guy. Well, we'll see. But Isak being your number 2 guy, may as I'm predicting the best year of his career so far. I think it's going to make the trade look like an absolute win.
I got Brian's answer. He said Jake Myers.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
thank you, Brian.
Yeah,
Thank you,
that's
Brian.
a good
That
answer.
sounds
Good
sounds
answer.
like Brian.
Good answer.
Good
Good answer. Good answer.
Good answer.
So he says.
sounds like Brian. My guy doesn't like this. My wild card X Factor for the Astros season this year is Spencer Arrighetti.
Yeah.
I think holding down the number 3 spot in the rotation is so important. So there's not having a huge fall off from your 2 guys, and then you win 2 out of 5 games of the season. Man, that's a bad year. You win 3 out of 5 games of the season. That's a playoff year.
Yeah.
It makes that much of a difference. I think he's gonna go like 14-8, like a 3.5 ERA, 200 Ks.
Ooh.
That would be a
that's Cy Young votes, baby.
huge lead.
He might get a
That's
couple.
I told
huge for
you.
the rotation.
So-
I think he's gonna be good.
The more you say that, not that I already said he's gonna get Cy Young votes, so I'm already out on a limb. But I think I've always said he has the moxie and the temperament of a front end guy. He just hasn't been given that opportunity yet. You can't teach that. Those guys are just absolute grinders and psychos, and that's who you want on the mound. They're the guy that cusses out the coach. So you're not taking this ball in my hand.
Yeah.
You need him on the wall.
He's got the Lance McCullers gene.
Yes. And where I'm going with it is, as the 3 spot, it's always on your ace to be a stopper or a starter.
Yeah.
You stop a streak or you start a streak. That is, as the ace, that's what you got to do. As a 3, it's kind of the same thing on a little lower level where,
Yeah.
hey, your 2 horses go get you those 2 wins. Go out and get the fucking sweep.
Yeah.
Hey, they got banged up a little
it's
bit.
it's not a streak until it's 3, right?
Right.
There you
So, I like that. I like that a lot. And there's going to be bumps and bruises. He's still growing. It's year 2 in the show, but damn, that's a good choice.
Just looking at
Good
some of the-
answer, good answer.
Looking at these some of these August strikeout numbers for Arrighetti.
Yeah.
He was
And
pitcher of the month?
He was just a lot of it. He was just going, his pitcher of the month, and he was just going double digits.
He's just insane.
Oh, against the Phillies, 11 Ks, double digits. Yeah, I mean, the strikeout numbers, the strikeout stuff is gonna be there. We all know that.
You just got to get the walks down.
Yeah, it walks down, command it a little bit, and boom, you got your number 3 starter for a while. So I like it. I like it a lot. I think he's gonna have a huge leap. So good answer, Josh.
Good answer. Good answer.
Thank you,
Good
thank you,
answer.
Thank you. All right, last and final thing for the podcast today. Last podcast before the season starts tomorrow. Baseball is played. What record are the Astros going to have this season?
91-71. They're going to win 91 games. You take the more. You take the over. I mean, you think about it last year. This is my reasoning. You take away that terrible, horrid start, the hellacious start. We probably end up with 90 wins last year, and I think this year.
I mean, take away that start, they could end with fucking 90. That start was so bad. They could have 95.
Terrible. It was terrible.
Well, they ended with 88.
You just
right?
even that up. You go 500.
It was White Sox level bad.
Yeah, you go 500 during that stretch. You're at 90 wins.
Yeah,
I don't think you have that kind of start. Espada, this is his team now. He's giddy. He's kind of like coming into his own. He's not looming. He's not in the looming shadow of Dusty Baker. He's had an entire off season. I think. 91 might be kind of generous too, or on the lower end. I think maybe we can do more than that.
Do you want to do yours next? You
got it. I'm doing the math in my head.
Okay. Yeah, because on that, I'm gonna say 93 and 69.
Okay.
I think that's my.
Nice.
I almost said 92. So.
I think we're both kind of right there. I was gonna say like 90, 91, and then you just convinced me to raise it even higher. You talked me into it, talking about because you're right. After that stretch, and I don't know the numbers, but they were like 7 and 19. So extrapolate the math on what they went to get to 88 last year. Was 88 they finished it?
I believe it was 88 wins. Yes, 87, 88,
88. I think so much math.
Very forgettable. Very forgettable.
So yeah, you do the math. Like. Starting 7 and 19, and then they switch it up to get all the way up to 88 wins. I think they could have, if you go on that pace after that, that's like probably like a 95, 96 win pace. I think this team
they had 88 wins, so yeah, you're right. You're on the money.
I think this team is technically better than last year, in my opinion. I think they're more well-rounded. They have less gaping weaknesses, I'd say, and their offense is better. And the offense was the problem last year. A lot of the time, I've been saying it forever. There's a lot of 2-1 losses, a lot of 3-1 losses, a lot of 4-2 losses. It was frustrating. They would be in the 6th inning with the bases loaded, and they couldn't get runs across.
Right.
I think that changes this year. I think they end 93 and 69.
And another thing to add to what we're saying is, and I don't know who mentioned it before, but there are no in the starting lineup. There are no core Astros that has looming free agency coming. I think last year a lot of it was like Alex Bregman career, contract year. Will we re-sign him? And I feel like that was a huge distraction because it's like he started popping out and stuff. Maybe it was a distraction for him. I don't know, but like you look at the lineup now, and you're like, all right, a bunch of these guys are.
They're here.
They're here.
This is your team.
Aside from Framber,
right,
who will probably most likely not be an Astro next year. Everyone is like ready to go, locked and loaded for years to come. Like I feel like that's a rejuvenated feeling. It's a different kind of. Maybe it's not the same dynasty. Maybe it's not the same golden age. It's a new kind of age, though. I feel like this is going to be the year where we change things up and win in a different way.
I like that, man. I'm gonna go 89 and 73. And the only reason why I'm saying that is just prove me wrong. I want to be proven wrong, and I know how hot they played, and I don't know if if they can do that because it was so unsustainable. They had to go do that to make the playoffs, and they did. But man, I feel
I don't know if I just did the math right, but after they started, I believe it was 7 and 19. I could be totally wrong. I'm pulling numbers out of my ass right here on the pod. I think it was 7 and 19. So after that, to get to the
50%,
to get to that record, they went 81 and 55, which is a 647 winning percentage, which over the course of a year is 104 wins.
Oh,
that's the pace
man, that's all right. So that's okay. 90 wins. 90 wins. 90 wins. 90 wins.
I really feel like 89 is like
90 wins.
Because our horrid start, like you said last. Hold on.
90 wins.
We started 7 and 19. You're correct about that.
Okay, I was right.
You're correct about
so they finished
88
88 and 74, right?
You go 500 during that stretch.
Yeah.
You go 500 during the 7 and 19 stretch. So that would be 10,
13? 13.
So yeah, I mean you get 12, 13 wins out of that stretch.
Maybe at 101.
So that's
Yeah, and you be in the 90s
so that'd be
right there.
that'd be 13 fucking math episode.
Yeah.
That'd be 13 and 13 instead of 7 and 19. So
If
that
you're
would be-
listening on Spotify, I'm
that'd
sorry.
be 6 extra wins onto 88. So 88 plus 6,
So
that would be
94.
94 wins.
94 wins, and just from your making it 500 in that start, just going being average in the first month, and that you're at 94 wins. We could have gotten 100 wins last year.
All right, I'll go 90. I'll get to 90 and
All
then
right,
prove me
all right.
wrong.
Final predictions. I'm saying 93 and 69.
91 and 71.
90 and 72.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, you want to do like predictions after that, like postseason predictions?
Ooh.
I don't know. I feel like that's gonna get really,
Astros over Dodgers in 6 World Series.
Oh yeah, you said that Altuve catches.
Altuve catches the final out.
All right, well, yeah, you got to stick with that forever.
I think
You gotta stick with that all
all
season.
I'll predict right now is that I think all signs point to an Astros versus Red Sox ALCS.
It's Astros Red Sox ALCS.
I think that's gonna happen.
baby.
I think that Alex Bregman versus his former team
Oh.
narrative is gonna be killer.
Right there. Put it right there in the vein, dude.
When he does hit one in the Crawford boxes in,
Oh,
like game
I'm gonna-
2 or
oh,
something, game
dude.
3.
It's gonna be the meme. It's gonna be the Wesley Snipes meme.
Yeah.
Oh.
when he stands up on a ball too. You know what I'm talking about.
And he's
It's
gonna
be-
him and
it's gonna
Core are
be
gonna have the
so
entire game
weird.
plan. You know what's gonna happen in that series? They're gonna be up like 2-1. They're gonna be feeling good, and then we just backdoor it. We just do that gentleman sweep backdoor. We win in 6,
Oh,
but it's gonna be like all the vibes for Boston because they have our number. Core has our number. Bregman has our number. I see
think-
it. I see it. I see the
mean,
vision.
what I see, and this is not. I'm not saying anything about the Astros season, but I do think that the World Series, good possibility that it's Boston versus Philadelphia.
You did say that. I want you to actually, you put that on the record.
I'm
'cause
gonna
you did
put
say
that on the record. I think the World Series is gonna be the Red Sox versus the Phillies, and I think the Phillies are gonna win. I think the Phillies are gonna be better than everyone expects, and like they're gonna make a
Damn.
huge trade for Luis Robert Jr. or something. Yeah,
That's a good name.
I think
for them.
I think they're gonna. I think the World Series is gonna be pandemonium.
Mm.
Red Sox
yeah,
versus
those two fan bases.
Phillies.
Oh
yeah,
my
it's
gosh.
pandemonium.
There's gonna be fights.
It's exactly what we need. So,
Yeah. All right. Well, that's our preseason pod.
That's the preseason
I'm
pod.
so
We're
ready
here.
for ball
Opening
tomorrow.
day.
I'm
Dropping our
scared.
shirt will be at Kobos
Yeah.
on Thursday.
Gabe or Garrett, can you hold that up?
We'll be
Yes.
slinging these new designs, 101 variants. And then, if you see us at the park, let us know. Say hi. They support. Love you guys. And we will see you tomorrow.
Watch Astros
And make
Go
sure
Astros.
you go to Big City Wings.
Houston's Wing Joint, Paul's Wing Joint, 13 locations. Go to bigcitywings.com and find this one nearest to you. I'm going to be there watching the Cougars play, Garrett's Cougars play, Elite 8, Sweet 16 all this weekend. Obviously, Sweet 16, Elite 8. And then Zing Zang. You Zing, we Zang. Look, it's tomorrow. It's opening day. It's a national holiday. Get you one of these bad boys.
Yes,
A Bloody
Get
Mary
you
in
one,
the
get a
morning.
Bloody Mary mixed with the vodka in it.
and make sure you Zang responsibly.
And Zang responsibly.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kobe Stevens, KobeStevens.com. Go get your athletic wear, your golf wear, the women's wear, the outdoor wear, everything in between. Kobe Stevens, KobeStevens.com.
All right. Thank you for watching and listening to Beyond a Diamond podcast. Next time we talk to you, baseball will be happening.
Juan Soto's going to take Framber Valdez deep.
Ugh, don't say
Go
that.
Astros.
Astros win.
Why would you
Astros
say
sweep.
that?
Astros sweep. Love you guys.